Going live. Okay, so it's going to be a fairly brief live stream this morning. So you probably catch this on the replay because I don't know how long I'll be on here. If you have something to say, please type it in the comments below. And be sure to subscribe to my channel and hit the notification bell so you'll know when I go live. This will be one of the first few videos that I ever do that this will be sitting on my desk. Just to be very clean and or clear and fair about that. I'm not going to be playing any guitar today at all. In fact, I just thought I'd share a little bit about what I've done to go on this small tour and things that have happened even in the last 12 hours. It's currently 9 a.m. on Friday. What's the date today? May something. May 30th. Okay, so we are traveling about 7 hours one way to arrive at the show. So we'll be staying overnight. Where we are traveling to, we have bandmates, a bandmate that has made arrangements for us to stay. God bless you, man. Thank you. So we've got safe, warm, safe places to stay. And the weather's really nice, so that's going to be a bonus. Hi, Charlie. And so we're traveling from the northeast corner of our state to the southeast corner of our state. It's about as far away from where we're playing. We live as far away from where we're playing as we can get. And forgive the sound of the vehicles driving down the street out here, but it's really nice and warm here, so I've got the windows open. Um, and Fred thought he'd say hi. I think he knows that I'm going to be gone for a day or two. So I'll just start with something that came up last night. And what it is that our band uses IEMs, and meaning our drummer and our vocalist use in-ear monitors. And until last night at about 9 or 10 o'clock, and I've been asking the question from the people who are putting the show on and such, who we can talk to about sound, because we at this show we're not running our own sound. We usually have our own sound system that we run, and didn't hear anything, didn't hear anything, didn't hear anything, didn't hear anything. And last night, literally right before we leave, I got news that um, the console that they're using is a Yamaha QL5, there's CL5, something, one of those eras of Yamaha digital boards. And so none of us in the band have the app to run our monitors to save our sound engineer all the time of having to mess with our monitors and us having to rely on them to turn things up and down. And that requires an app on our phone. And believe me, this was a really important factor in getting prepared for this show. Is that I've been at shows where bands show up and they have IEMs, and they don't know, they're used to running their own monitors, and they don't have the proper control app on their phone or tablet to be able to mix their own monitors. So I've seen that become a very big problem. So I was able to find out that information, and I sent the link to the app on both iPhone and Windows machines and Android, whatever, to my bandmates. One thing about that device is that the console is that it doesn't work with a Windows tablet. Astonishing. They can put a man on Mars, or no, they can put a machine on Mars and let it drive around for 8 years and talk to it, but we can't put an app to control anyway, not that I can find. Anyway, that's kind of I was like, really? It'd be nice to have this big screen. So I'll be controlling my own monitor mix from my phone. So while we're sound checking, I'll be able to put, a little bit of the kick drum and bass guitar and vocals and such as we check stuff in my own guitar, which will be the loudest thing of all in my mix. And so I did got that taken care of. Now, another thing I've done, I am taking one guitar to this show, and this is the guitar I'm taking, and I put new strings on it last night. I don't know, about 8 o'clock, and played it for a little while, got it all warmed up. And this thing will be my tool to blow people's heads off, I hope, with a loud guitar. I did find out that the PA system there is very adequate, very modern, and should sound really good. We don't have a clue who the audio engineer is. It could be a college student who hasn't done much of this at all. It could be a very experienced sound engineer. We don't know. It's not my job to mix the band out front. All I can do is express to the engineer if they're interested in kind of how we like to have our mix. Vocals way out front, vocals on top of everything. Drums kind of come up and hug the vocals, right? And then my guitar is louder than everything else. So that, no, I'm joking, but nonetheless, we may get a chance to visit with the sound engineer, but that'll happen after we get there. So I've done guitar strings, got the app all loaded into my phone. Now I've also checked, double checked, triple checked my settings in my guitar amp. This is my amp rig. It is a Fender Tone Master Pro. I am open for some sponsorship, by the way, Fender. I've been using your product live and talked to a lot of people about it. So there's that. So I double checked everything, made sure it was all working. I have brought the proper USB cables to plug it in if there is a problem. And I also have the app to make changes from my phone on it. So if there's any problems, I've got myself double whammy checked. I have a bag packed. It's sitting right over here. I don't need to show you my luggage, but got some clothes and little snacks because I'm a type 1 diabetic. I've loaded up extra insulin. I have an extra bottle here, and I have insulin syringes. So that's one thing that I have to do that many of you don't. So I've prepared, gotten myself ready for all of that stuff. I've gotten all of my medication prepared and in my bag. I have my backup amp in my luggage. It's a small foot pedal. It's called it's a Boss IR2. If this thing fails, at least I've got something to play through that I'm going to sound like a real guitar player. So I've got that taken care of. We've made arrangements for the time of departure, which is about 2 p.m. today. It's about the only thing I have left to do at this point. Well, a couple other things. I have loaded a couple extra guitar cables. I have charged my wireless equipment. These are things that you got to remember. And this is a small tour. It's one show. And it's for a graduation party. So we want to make sure that it goes off without a glitch, at least not from something that we have done. If anything goes wrong, it will be because of somebody else not doing whatever they needed to do right, or equipment failed that's somebody else's. So we always have a backup plan. And at every show that we do, we go out and play professionally. We're usually getting paid, and we do get paid to play this show. We make sure that everything can go off without a hitch. And if there is a glitch, it takes seconds or just a minute or so to solve that problem. My spare amp is always right next to my pedal board. My extra guitar cables are always right there. If a battery pack fails on one of my wireless devices, it's music, it's live music, and stuff happens. And it will be the most unexpected thing you could possibly think could possibly happen will happen. So especially if you're me. That's it. Now, also, I'm bringing an audio interface and my laptop. Also, I have my IR2 foot pedal works as a, I can plug into it with the battery power and have headphones, and I can warm up before we play and actually hear myself. So I can be backstage while another band's playing. But I have headphones. I'll be bringing my my IEM headset to plug into my pedal. So these are little things you can do. The IR2 is really cheap. It's about $200 or less, 179, and it's a great little practice amp. You got clean and dirty guitar and a little bit of rhythm. Or a little bit of reverb. It's awesome. So outside of that, there's really not much else to share. Just getting prepared, making sure to communicate as best you can. And many, many times what you'll encounter, does your guitar pedal have a way of resetting your settings from a thumb drive just in case? And yes, it does. That literally just happened. That is a great question. The Tone Master Pro has made it so that I can export the settings for all of my patches which I have already done. That is a great question. I'm glad you. So the Tone Master Pro just took a step to, in my objective opinion, it has become probably the premier amp sim pedal slash effects board slash guitar rig system anywhere. I still love Neural DSP stuff. The Quad Cortex was quite a bit more money. It would have taken me 6 or 8 months to get it, so I waited, blah, blah, blah. Those things are great. I love the Neural DSP stuff. They sound killer. This thing does everything I want it to do. So yes. So I have all of that backed up. I have it on my tablet. I've stored all of that stuff on my tablet. And I have stored all of that stuff. I didn't store it on a thumb drive. And the reason for that is that I can't plug a thumb drive into this. So I have to plug that into some other device. But all of that stuff, all of it is stored onto my Google Drive, is what I use. And so if I lose anything, it'd be real quick to use my laptop, get on Google Drive, plug it into here, and all of my presets are back. So yes, I did that. And I have some very complex presets on this thing. I have songs that have, I literally am using intro, first verse louder, dry dirt guitar pre-chorus, chorus, solo. I have verse with EQ, and then I have the ending. I mean, I'm using every pedal on this thing for certain songs, so I got to make sure. And I went through it last night, made sure everything is working. It's working great. All the volumes are really well balanced, at least to my ear. And if they're a little bit loud, one's a little louder than the other, an experienced front of house engineer will help solve that for the audience. Sounds good to my ears, and it sounds good when I'm playing with backing tracks. So yes. And my backup amp, I set up 2 amp settings, a clean amp. It's just kind of an edge of breakup type sound, and a distorted amp for doing the heavier rock stuff. So I have enough there. I mean, give me a deluxe reverb amp. I'll go play a show. You got clean and dirty, and that's it. Maybe you can turn the reverb on and off. That thing I can't do anything with aside from having decent guitar tone that sounds like I'm playing through a speaker cap. So if you need a backup rig, and I don't care if you're still playing through amplifiers, I don't know why anybody would, but that's my thought. Buy yourself an IR2. It's a dinky little pedal, and it's always ready to go. I've also brought a couple of extra 9-volt batteries so that I can hook that up. I don't have any active pickups in my guitar, so I'm not worried about 9 volts in that. So a little bit of preparation. We've made sure that we know what time we're all meeting and where, and all these little logistical things. And we have a beautiful drive across our state, and the weather is just absolutely gorgeous. And you know, my thoughts is that we live in the one of the most beautiful places in the world, and we're just lucky to get to do this. And I want to thank OIT for having us. I want to thank Aaron for all your hard work at your end and making sure this gig happens, and say congratulations to you for your wonderful college career and getting done with that and graduating this year. We are so excited and so honored to be able to make this event for you unforgettable, for sure. Not only do you get to graduate, but you get to play music in front of your entire college class. That is awesome. And we also want to thank the arrangers of the show at OIT. You know, you guys have done a lot. And looking at the list of equipment that we'll be playing through, you guys have done a good job in purchasing and having proper equipment for a live show like this to go off without a hitch, and it sound killer for everyone. This is top of the food chain audio equipment. So my compliments to OIT on doing that. It's great to see that in a college world right now. And I can't wait to meet the sound engineer. Have no idea. And also for the tiny bit of communication that I got from OIT, that was one thing that was a little bit kind of, is that I wish the communication had been better it would have been nice to know what we were going to be using so that our guys with IEMs can know what app to download and all that before last night. So I think we would have found that out tomorrow morning. And then what would happen is, you know, you don't have the app on your phone, but you need to mix your own monitors. And for some reason, your Wi-Fi or your phone won't work or something, like you can't download the app. Like that would be something that would happen to me. So we have all that stuff taken care of. So that's it. Did I forget anything? No. And all of my equipment, I will go. The one thing is also do as minimal as you can in traveling. And the equipment that I'm bringing, I could carry on my guitar and my backpack onto the airplane if I needed to fly, and my clothing and nothing I need for the gig would actually go in the luggage area of an airplane. So if it gets lost, I just have to wear the same clothes for a few days, you know? So I've been very careful about that, although we're not flying for this. So I can get to the gig with one trip. I don't have to carry all my stuff in one trip. So there you go. I've done a really a good job, I think, of minimizing all of the equipment that I need to bring. It's nice. This thing, I cannot recommend it higher. I think that if you're thinking about getting into playing an ampless rig and going light and not having to pack a big old heavy amp, which I am astonished that guys even consider doing that anymore with stuff like this, get one. It works really great with acoustic instruments, acoustic guitars, and definitely watch out for groupies. Yeah. Wait, Snooks, it's good to see you. Thanks for stopping in. Yeah, so I don't know if I'm in any trouble with that. I might be old, but everything still works. And I realized I went live, and my house is kind of a mess right now, so I apologize for that. So I'm going to end it right there. Thanks for joining me today, and hopefully, if you watch this on the replay, leave a comment if you have any questions about anything that I said or have done, or if you have any questions for me. I've been playing in live music in bands since I was 14 years old. That's a long time. I never made it. I'm one of those poor guitar players, one of the millions of poor guitar players who did their damnedest to write a great song and never did, you know? But I'd gladly go play for Guns N' Roses if they called me, or the Rolling Stones, or you name it. Taylor Swift, I'd go play guitar for her. So if any of you are looking for a guitar player, you know, get a hold of me. I can still play, and I'm not a drunk, and I don't use drugs. There you go. Very safe. Right? All right, guys. Thank you. I think I can end this. Oh, yeah. They changed it again, or they end the stream. Good grief. What is this? I'm just interested in what's going on here. Share screen. Okay. Share. Mute. And then they got. I was just looking at the YouTube settings. I haven't done a stream like this for a while. Peace, y'all. Have a great day.